So here we go with my first attempt at making a hill. Going to be part of my valley for the viaduct. Just cut and glued some cardboard down in a slope shape, and as you can see I've just rolled up some newspaper and taped it somewhere to make it look roughly like contours. So I've now got my plaster cloth. I am going to cut it to various lengths. I have a bowl of water to dip it in, and hopefully 2 layers or maybe 3 layers, there should be some kind of covering over that I'm going to be able to paint and stick some grass to. I'll just take my grass matting back there onto the track just to keep it out of the way. I'm going to put a wing wall on the viaduct, but I'm going to see how this goes first and see if I might have to change something. So here we go with the first attempt, and hopefully you guys will be able to watch me do this. I'm just going to balance the phone and we'll see how we get on. I say this is going well, I'm not sure. It's all kind of screwing itself up. So we've got the first layer on. Just move some of the plaster about. Damn, that'll do. A bit on the lower bit. Tries to roll itself back together, I think. There we go. Seems to be quite good so far. Smear it about a bit, I suppose. Nice and wet anyway. Maybe I'll try a smaller bit for this one. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I don't know how well that's focusing, but there's 2 sides to this plaster cloth. It's obviously all weaved. You've got sort of a lumpy side and a smooth side, and I think you're supposed to put the smooth side back and then just smear the plaster about to where you want it. If it's not, I'm doing it all wrong. We'll see how we get on. It seems to be working all right. dear, that's a little worrying. This is the last piece of the first roll and you only get 2 rolls in it. Well, we'll see how we get on. Thin a bit down here, I think. So cut it always. I hope you guys like watching paint dry, or plaster in this case, maybe. Try a bit down here, shall we? So much for the 2 or 3 layers, the instructions say. Maybe you have to only have a tiny bit of area that you need to cover. Bit ambitious with the size of this bit, I think. There we go. Straight across there. There we go, fold it over again. You can actually feel that the first few bits that I've already, first few bits I put on are already starting to dry there. And that bit might take a while. Mop a bit on that. Helping hand. Oh dear, well, that is it. That's the last piece. Where should we go then? Here for this bit. Well, that didn't cover very much, did it? Oh well, we'll see what it looks like when it dries and see if it's strong enough to hold up to some paint, some grass. We'll see. Alright, back soon. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, it's changed colour. So my little hill has now got some brown on it anyway as an undercoat. I think I mentioned before I was going to put the wing walls on the viaducts. That I've done. I'll just put the tunnel entrance just to kind of see what it would look like and where to cut that piece there. And obviously I've still got to kind of fill in this bit and again down here, as I obviously ran out of plaster cloth last time. I went Googling afterwards. Oh, by the way, it's a couple of days later since this was put down. The first stuff I was using was the Gauge Master, which you can see was £4.65 for 2 rolls, and this is the tube size you get. That's 15 centimetres, I think. Yeah, about 15 centimetres. And ended up on the Hobbycraft website, and they had this, which is, okay, it's a little bit shorter. It saves you cutting it. 3 metres of it. £1 a roll, so I've got 5 of those all together, and I've been playing again, and now I've done this side, which is a much thicker, well, more layers, should we say, so it's thicker, and as you can see, it's covered a lot more. I've only done this about half an hour ago, and I still feel it's a bit damp, but it certainly is getting quite solid. Obviously, with the practice there, I don't think you can see the contours as much. I'm planning on having a road down this bit, if you're wondering why it looks so flat, down that bit there, and maybe some sort of car park area here, and then, you know, walkways or something around here. And obviously trees and grass and everything all over the banks themselves. So yeah, quite pleased with how they've come out. I've done this base coat here, and then I've sawn out and we're seeing how flat this bit is here, and obviously not very realistic, so I sort of held fire for a bit. I thought I'd take 5 and sort of have a bit of a think about what I'm going to do with the sort of entire area as well. I have glued, I said I've already done the wing walls there. I've glued these bits of cardboard in here, so it's going to look more like a flat bank there, so I'm quite happy with that being flat. But I'll see where there's some sort of more, I don't know, the best way to describe it is just like the general scenery here shouldn't really be dead flat, it should be natural and whatnot, whereas that's man-made. So, but yeah, so it's coming along nicely. I thought while I'm showing you this stuff, I'll sort of do a bit of an update as well. Obviously I didn't film myself doing this section here, just because I'd filmed the last bit, but the Hobbycraft stuff, the £1 a roll stuff, seemed certainly just as good, just as quick, just as easy to manage. You know, it's plaster cloth, I suppose, at the end of the day, and it's just cheaper. So yeah, quite chuffed. I've still got a couple of rolls left to tidy up the other side as well, and obviously finish off some of this when it's all dry and I've started painting it and things. I mentioned in one of the other updates I did that I was going to have a raised town section. I also mentioned about the back scenes as well, so these uprights here, I'm hoping to get some ply to stick along the back, paint it blue for now, just so it looks like a sky background. Just going to get these out of the way, you can have a better look.
So I've got my raised section there. It's certainly not held in place, it's just balanced on the 3-inch blocks there. A few of the Metcalfe terrace houses there, and a couple of little trucks. I'm going to make kind of a road scene as well, maybe a couple of shops, some kind of road coming down here, obviously to lead down to this, what's going to be a road or a track, more like this one here. I've painted this section brown as well. I've got to sort of step back a bit. You can see the station area I've started to paint brown. I really was quite surprised at how quick the MDF just absorbed the acrylic paint. So that's about all I did there. It did start to run out very quickly. I didn't mention before as well, I wasn't very happy with these platforms, the cardboard ones. You could see the difference in colours from section to section of the cardboard, and you can actually see the joins, for example, there as well, where it was scored and bent down. So I've decided to go for the make it yourself option, and obviously I've got plenty of MDF left over, so that bit there is 4 foot long. I think I ended up with a couple of 4 foot long bits, so all I did was make some cardboard templates and measure out the length that I wanted it, how the platform shelter etc would sit on there, and then went away, took the wood with me, got it all cut up and then brought it back. It's not very practical to try and cut MDF in my flat, so I have to go elsewhere and take it round my mum and dad's and do it on their driveway basically. But yeah, I've got some grey primer as well, so it's roughly the right colour. I'm going to do the front edge. If I just move the tornado out of the way. Now, a bit of a mistake on one of the updates where I said the tornado was a railroad model. It's not. The Deltic is, but the tornado is a proper train pack from Hornby. It come with those Mark 1s, just to by the by there. But yeah, what my plan is, sort of come down a bit, is the platform edge obviously usually has a lip on it at the top edge there. So what I'm thinking about doing, I'm going to get some plastic card anyway, start with the red brick, and cut it so that the red brick, very much like this, the actual Metcalfe card stuff, you can see it's quite a nice effect on the side of the platform there, and this one's got the lip obviously. I'm going to sort of do my own version in plastic card and sort of glue it on the side, so glue a lip over onto the edge, obviously paint that as a white strip, and then have quite heavily weathered red brick down along the side, down there, along the back edges as well. Have a double thickness of plastic card, so it doubles as a wall as well to sort of close off the area. So the end of the platform running up there, well not that one, that's where the DMU is going to park, but a wall basically from this side here backwards around there. Can have some kind of car park, and I can't figure out, there's not really enough room to pop it from the town scene coming down there. Might have to come down this side, and I've got the footbridge there, so you know, passengers can get to the other side, but then I've got the main building there, so I'm sort of debating on that one at the moment, should we say. One source of pain recently has been the bridge, the footbridge. I wanted a footbridge for a while, couldn't decide whether to go down the cardboard route, the Metcalfe one, didn't particularly think it was for me, and I remember having one of these Hornby versions when I was younger, so I thought, well, I'll go nostalgic route and ordered myself one. Hornby were out of stock, found a supplier on eBay, had it within 3 or 4 days. I think I only paid about £12 including the delivery, so you know, quite a good price. And then I went to make it, and it is just a, I'll get you the box here, you can read that. not sure if that's focusing, but it's supposed to be clipped together assembly. You can just make it out there. So I got set two and clipped it all together, and as soon as you clip it all together, little bits ping off and they don't sort of stick together very well. You can even see it in the picture. That I'm using both hands here, but that top, I'll put it down. What? I think you can even see there. It's come unclipped. So that bit, that back gate bit there, obviously it's not supposed to be a gate. It's supposed to be clipped nicely in line with that. And I can't remember if that side does it as well. Either way, every time you put it down, it seems to like ping itself open. So come and have a look. And I wasn't too keen on the very plasticky finish on it, so I set two. Did the grey concrete stuff, I suppose, with an enamel paint. Come out all right. Did the green with a rail colour green. Forget the name of it now. I think that was a Humbrol acrylic paint. So the grey was enamel, and the green was acrylic. I thought I prepared the green, or the plastic quite well for the green. It just did not want to adhere. I was also gluing the bridge, and that turned out to be an absolute nightmare as well. Probably never going to get this to focus on the underneath, but the tops of those sort of columns there where they go in is just an absolute mess where I was trying to get it all to stick together properly, and the stairs didn't properly line up, and it's just a general pain. The quality of the actual model as such is absolutely, well, diabolical really, considering it's in a Hornby box. I was quite surprised about that. But anyway, I spent probably at least 5 nights messing around with that. So it ended up being quite frustrating. It's certainly not finished yet. I'm going to have to give it a couple more coats. Some scratch marks on the grey paint where I don't know how I've done it, but it's not a great finish. I've got to do another coat of the grey and probably 2-3 coats more of the green. It just will not seem to stick to the plastic. I did prepare it well, washed it in detergent, rinsed it, let it dry naturally. Just can't figure out why it wouldn't adhere to the plastic. Maybe it's the wrong type of paint for that. Maybe I've learned a lesson that maybe I should use enamel. Maybe you guys who are watching could advise me on that. If acrylic's not the right paint for small detail, then maybe I'll just go over to the enamel type paints. So we've got a little bit of an update for you. Haven't done much else anywhere else. Haven't done any more with the track. Hoping to get this. Obviously, I've got to leave this 24 hours before I can start painting it. This grass matting, by the way, I think you saw it in the last video. It was kind of folded back while I was doing this. I don't even know where that came from, but obviously being such a large area there, I didn't fancy trying to get all the woodland scenic sort of turf and whatever into each and every archway on the viaduct. So what I thought was sort of lay that down as a base here, and I can always add bushes and things on top, as well as obviously trees and things down the outside here. So, still in a bit of a what's the words to describe it, still wondering what to make of this part here, this back bit. I want some kind of hill. I obviously want a tunnel as well, but I do need to get access, one, to clean the track, but two, what if there's a derailment? So that tunnel entrance there might have to be a little bit further back, I don't know. Keep getting ideas and then they just don't seem to work out, so I might end up doing this whole top section here, put a new piece of MDF and make it go further over to this part here maybe. Be easier to model the hill into that. I'm just trying to think of a way where I could make some kind of access to it in case anything does derail. and indeed to clean the track, because I haven't got one of those track cleaning things that you tow around yet. I've just got the Pico track rubber. There we go. So that seems to be about it for now. My update 2, I've only just recently watched it on YouTube. Reason being, I edited it on my phone. Downloaded a free app, which I thought was okay. Turns out it wasn't. All the sound has gone way out of sync, so I'm pointing at things that just don't make any sense. So I'm thinking about trying to re-edit that. I've got a laptop now, so the baseboard video I done last week was a bit of an experiment with some still photos. So I'm going to try and edit this video now, and I might go back and redo the update 2, so it makes a bit more sense to people. If anyone's still watching after that. Just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching and staying to the end again, and I'll be back soon and give you an update on the scenery side of things now that it's finally got started, and very pleased with that. So thanks again for watching, and back soon.